Got it. Okay, meeting called to order at 7:08.
1 second, 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So Jules is on here, right? You can see him. Okay, I can't see you on my iPad. Okay, roll call then. I'm here, Vice Chair. Brian Houston, Counselor. Leo Demars, Director. Jules Shampoo, Director. Brian, are you in there? No, I'm sorry, not Brian. Andrew?
Linda, I believe you're chair, not vice chair.
No, I'm Vice Chair.
Are you vice chair? I think you're chair.
Acting chair. That's all.
Chair? Okay, any disclosure of pecuniary interest? Seeing none, we'll move on. We have no delegations tonight. Communications to come see Board of Management minutes from the meeting in September. Everybody had a chance to read it, to go over? Any questions or concerns coming out of the minutes of the last meeting? Seeing none, can we have a mover, please, to accept the minutes of the last meeting? Leo? Seconder?
Jules, you want a second?
I'll second them.
Jules? All in favor of accepting? Opposed? Thank you. Okay. Treasurer's report, no, the chair report, and there's nothing at this time for a chair report. And so, okay, I'm just getting this, sorry, folks.
So next would be financials.
Yeah, I'm looking for that. You gave it to me, it's here. Thank God Denise knows what she's doing. Okay, 2021 month-end financials, treasurer's report to period ending September 30th, 2021. Bank balance stands at $53,994.46. Outstanding checks stands at $2,798.64. And on the second page, there's a list. I believe Paul requested the list last time. That's to where we were sending our checks to. Text Help, Cycle Culture, Town of Tecumseh, Cogeco, Graham's Paint and Paper, Michigan Diner, AWOD Medical Aesthetics and Wellness, Flowers by Phil, and Baskin Robbins. Come to a total of $2,798.64. The BA ledger balance stands at $51,195.82. The reserve account, the balance last month was $67,047.73, with interest of $93.68, bringing to a total of $67,141.41. Outstanding receivables. Okay, where's that?
It's on the same page there, the 2021 month-end financials page, the treasurer's report.
Oh, right, sorry.
Good.
WFCU, the share account is $85. The patronage account, $60. The shares, $10. Petty cash, $580. Prepaid expenses and deposits, $2,534.87, which was the total BIA current assets at $121,607.10. Tecumseh dollars current outstanding, $52,220. Liabilities and equity, $69,387.10. Total liabilities comes to $121,607.10. Tier levy so far, first quarter 33,000, second quarter 33,000, third quarter 33,000, and we haven't received the fourth quarter yet, giving us a total of so far $99,000. Any questions? Oh, do I have the? I'm getting there. Tecumseh dollar reconciliation. as of September 21st, balance was $50,090. Tecumseh dollars sold in the current month, $13,000. Tecumseh dollars donated in the current month, $105, sorry, 105.00. Tecumseh dollars redeemed in the current month, $10,975, leaving a balance as of September 30th of $52,220. And I'm not going through the rest of this, but you have a list of, you have to provide a list of who bought all the dollars on September as of 21st, and it totaled $13,000. It's just a list of who bought what. Do I have to do anything with that?
Just a motion.
Oh, motion to accept the treasurer's report is read. Am I missing something?
Seconder.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Leo.
Jules did. Jules motioned.
Okay.
and I
I
seconded.
motioned, I was on mute, sorry.
Okay. And Leo,
Yeah.
all in favor of accepting the treasurer's report is read? Opposed? Carried, thank you. Whew,
Okay, so I'll turn it over to the coordinator's report.
please.
So
Isn't there, I'm sorry, isn't there, when we do for, we vote, and then opposed, and then abstain, so we count the abstains? No?
I've never known this to do an abstain.
Okay.
I thought, am I wrong? I'm sorry, I don't know. Is it?
No, I was
just
just curious.
moved and carried, or moved and seconded, and then opposed?
That's good.
I think if somebody needs to abstain, they should be stating so at the time that the
That would be
motion
in
is
the
made,
pecuniary. But-
or even at the time the motion is made, just say, I wish to give my intention that I'm going to abstain. Otherwise, silence is considered a yes. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
Thank you. I'll check into that.
Unless I'm incorrect, and Brian and
I think,
Andrea
isn't that
are
what
saying.
pecuniary,
No, there's no,
no?
that's not pecuniary interest.
okay. Okay, go ahead, Denise.
okay, so I'm just moving on to the coordinator's report. So for financial information, it's been the same all year long. So I'll just repeat it, just that way if anyone's watching, they know. So Windsor Rock Gym on April 10th, 2019, we did a deposit for the rock wall of $295. That's non-refundable. And it's going to be carried over to the following year. We did have the suggestion to possibly sell that to somebody, just because we don't see us attending Windsor Rock Gym anytime soon due to COVID. Yes, Andrew?
Thank you, Denise. Yeah, I think if the BIA was thinking that direction, or I think there might be a willing purchaser. Alternatively, there may very well be a donation opportunity for youth. So anyway, just some matters to consider there. But if I think I might have some leads on that. So just yeah, we can chat about it if the board is prepared to go in that direction, not hold on to it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I actually didn't even think about the opportunity of the donation. That might be a good one too, if we can't find anyone to purchase it. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, and then Beach Grove Golf and Country Club. In January 2020, we put a deposit down for our 2020 Christmas party that never happened, and it was going to be carried over to this year when we were going to be COVID-free, but that never happened. So we still have that deposit there. And by the looks of it, we're not going to be doing a Christmas party this year. So they still have that deposit as well. And HST rebate, we've got nothing at this time. As for new businesses in the area, we've got Imperial Gifts and Decor. They opened right in front of Frank's Brew. Their grand opening is yet to be determined. They're in the works with me right now on that. Odyssey Wellness Services. They opened at 12201 Tecumseh Road East in Suite B. and their grand opening is to be determined as well. El Patron Mexican Grill, they opened where Arta's Salad Bar was. They're at 13462 Tecumseh Road East. And just the other day, I had another one to add in here as well. Minushi, they also opened up too. They're at 1614 L'Esperance Road, and they are a Lebanese bakery. First preparing to open, we've got the Bourbon, of course, where Torino Plaza and Banquet Hall is. Their grand opening is to be determined at 12049 Tecumseh Road East. New Earth Wellness, they're at 152 L'Esperance Road, and they officially opened in March 2022, but they're currently renting at a reduced rate from their landlord until they're hard open, just to reserve the spot. Urban Bud Cannabis Boutique, they're going to be opening at 1614 L'Esperance Road in Tecumseh Town Plaza, where a unique gallery, art, and coffee shop was supposed to be, and their grand opening is to be determined. And just recently, we had Legends Barbershop contact us. They're going to be opening at 13145 Tecumseh Road East in Kenny Plaza. Members preparing to close, we've got the Shoebox in 1614 Olette, or L'Esperance Road, sorry, not our area. And their official closing date is to be determined as well. Members moving, Pursuit Massage Therapy and Recovery Center at 1695 Manning Road. They're in the same plaza at East Point Trails Plaza. They're just moving one floor up due to expansion. And they're going to be in unit 204 and 205 as of November 1st, 2021. And their old unit downstairs at 110 will be empty and available. Members closed, Unique Gallery Art and Coffee Shop at 1614 L'Esperance Road, where Urban Bud Cannabis Boutique picked up. And On the Dark Side Tanning Salon at 13300 Tecumseh Road East in Green Valley Plaza. Current status and total number of members by sector from September 21 to October 2021. In total, we went from 625 to 626, so we are up by 1. Do you guys want me to go through the specifics? No?
No, we're good.
Okay. And in total, members that can vote from last month to this month is 625 and 626. So again, we're up by 1. The associate membership program, we have 2 new associate members, which is Moni Hair Boutique and One Source Moving Solutions. Right now, I'm currently working on Crossroads Canine Academy and Day Camp, Lombardi Barbershop, Sherwin-Williams Paint, Silver Golf Tee, and the Cheese Bar. We do have a plan on how we're going to contact them to hopefully get them on as associate members in 2022. And we're hoping to get started on that as of late November or early December. BIA social media from last month to this month has grown substantially. We went from 1765 to 1777 on Facebook. In followers. Instagram, we went from 694 to 714, and Twitter stayed the same at 557. For social media, we post every day and share members' posts for their advertisements or any sales that they have going on, any weekly products on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at all times of day. We do weeknights and weekends. Our next launch date for Tecumseh Dollars is November 1st at 9 a.m. We post that we're sold out or that we have Tecumseh Dollars on sale on our signs outside and on all of our social media as well, so that way people know. And we update them right away as soon as we can when we're sold out and when we have dollars. People constantly call and check our website, so we make sure that those are updated as well. So for the month of September, we had a few giveaways. We highlighted all of our health and wellness sectors, specifically the recreational ones. So any of the fitness businesses that are located in that sector, we highlighted in a promotion called Fall for Fitness, where we did a Tecumseh dollar giveaway on our Facebook page, which was successful. It especially highlighted some of the new gyms that we have in the area. For example, Trunk Fitness Studio, they got a little highlight on there as well. And they said that that was successful for them. So each month we're doing a different member highlight in different sectors of business, just to hopefully get the word out around about everybody, especially our new businesses this year. The giveaways continue to not only improve our members' social media and their engagement and followings, but ours as well, as you can tell with our numbers reflecting that and growing every month. Currently, we're working on Small Business Week, which is this week, and we're doing a giveaway, and it's been insanely successful. We partnered up with a couple different BIAs to help promote shopping local and get the word out about the businesses that we have here, not only to our same reoccurring members here, but also to neighboring communities as well, to hopefully get their tourism here as well. We're working with the Windsor Star to prepare a 2021 edition. Actually, we're going to touch on that after, Linda.
Okay.
Go over that one for now.
Okay.
We're preparing for Christmas with possible vendors, and we had a marketing meeting today, which we'll go over with you guys in that committee report, what we came up with. And as well, just to touch on the Gallery Without Walls banner contest that we held earlier this year in the spring, we still have some people, regardless of the amount of phone calls we've made, for them to come pick up their banners. So we still have about 5 of them here for them to claim. Just a note as well, I've posted the application link for our new board members on our website and all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I sent out a mass email to all of our Tecumseh BIA membership as well for them to apply. The other thing that we thought of the other day was on the application itself. I'll be sending the town an email that maybe you guys can help post this. We do have an outline of what is expected of a Tecumseh BIA director, a list of the responsibilities of them to go along with that posting as well. Because I just noticed the other day that that's not up there. So people are applying and maybe not knowing what's expected of them to be a director on our board. So if I send that over to the town, I'm hoping that maybe you guys can connect that or post that somewhere on your website or social media, just that way people know what the responsibilities are while they're applying. I don't know if that's something that you guys can help us do. And that's it for my report here. Yes, Dan?
Yeah, I'm just happy to share just through my social media channels and to help promote. So not an issue. I'll also, I know from those in my network, I have encouraged some nominations. We'll continue to do so, but certainly we'll do our utmost to get the word out and get an assortment of good applicants for the positions.
Thank you. Yeah, that link, that extra link that was sent out a couple years ago, Laura has it, but it didn't appear on the forms that was sent out on the website for people applying. So
Denise, have there been many calls or I guess inquiries into the office about applying?
I've had a few reach out via email and by phone, maybe a handful, but there are a couple people that I reached out to specifically that have been working with us all year long and have been really involved in the BIA that I personally reached out to because I think that they would be great for our board. And those people did accept the invitation and they told me they did apply, but obviously I can't see if that's the case or not. But I did have about 6 people that I reached out to say that they did apply or they're thinking of applying after letting them know what the role entails. So I'm hoping that they did because they would be really great on our board. So yeah, and now looks like we might have another spot open.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Okay.
I think now it's to the council report.
Right. Council report?
Yeah, did you want to go ahead, Andrew, or?
Sure, although I'll concede for the first meeting, I was not present, so I'll, in case I missed something, certainly let me know. So we've met twice since the most recent BI meeting. The first meeting, September 28th, the town's audited statements, including those of BI accounts presented. No particular issues, no new risks. We also received the Parks and Recreation Master Plan update, or rather an overview of the update. So that's just really providing a roadmap of any expansion of facilities or parklands and their development. So certainly of interest to some of the members, may be able to benefit from leagues or from different recreational opportunities that are established in the community. It also had some results of the community consultation that we had as to what residents would like to see. So if anyone wants further detail of that, just certainly let Brian or I know. We can talk about it some more. We also covered, we added Orange Shirt Day as a paid holiday for town staff. That was a recognition of the town, the importance of the day for truth and reconciliation. This year, Local Government Week has resumed after a hiatus, so that's actually this week. So with lots of local school activities, and so that will include some mentions of the BIA as one of the boards of the municipality. As youth in our community learn about the services that are delivered by local government and the different affiliated boards and committees and opportunities if they wish to contribute. There is the municipality also put forward for federal funding 5 different projects towards federal flood mitigation funding. So some pretty big asks. We were successful in the most recent round, so that was a good thing. And looking at a $28.7 million spend, that exceeds our most recent project. And really, what that is, it's new sanitary relief sewers, most of which are not entirely in the business districts, but a couple are. So Riverside Drive is one. Green Valley Drive, I mean, we have businesses in the proximity of it, so some degree of relief. And also the other streets were St. Thomas, Dillon, Lemire, and Lanou. We're also seeking funding for a stormwater pond over at Buster Ream Park and diversion to the park. So a storm release sewer effectively. But I know we have plazas and undeveloped commercial area on that corridor, which could certainly stand to benefit from a successful application. There's also a tender awarded for water main corrosion protection. So that's for our cast iron and ductile iron pipes. So protecting our underground infrastructure, extending the life of the assets that are already there. And finally, Council did endorse a call from Essex Town Council to make broadband an essential service. So have the province declare it as an essential service and work towards it being delivered in our various communities. So the next most recent meeting was just over a week ago on October 12th. Municipality renewed the CAD intake program. So basically it released for public interest, the vouchers that we purchase every year for spaying and neutering. I know certainly around the Tecumseh Road corridor, where there might be food sources, the cat population is quite prevalent, and so that's an opportunity for anyone in the area to take advantage of the vouchers that have been purchased. We did get a budget report from the municipality. We are trending with a surplus for the year, given all the difficulties. I mean, we have to give credit to many of the grant programs received from the upper levels of government which results in that surplus. So the federal and provincial governments both gave funds to help offset the municipal costs. Otherwise, we were trending toward deficit had that relief not come. The municipality also authorized an extension to some borrowing for different water main projects. Those were previously purchased. On the recreational side, Lacoste Park, you may have seen well underway as the construction of pickleball courts. And so the Zeckelman Foundation purchased sponsorship rights, naming rights for the pickleball courts, provided $100,000 as their contribution for 15 years of naming rights for that facility. So for anyone who doesn't know, it's right behind the swimming pool and the picnic pavilion at Lacoste Park. And so we're very, very ecstatic that that came through, especially given that the project came in roughly 100,000 or actually 150,000 over budget. So between that and the additional contribution from the Pickleball Association, we were made whole from our original budget. So that's terrific. We also signed an agreement with Tecumseh Pickleball. They're leasing the courts for 35 hours a week, and we'll control the scheduling during that leased time. We further made a determination over at Town Hall. We were going to launch an electric vehicle charging station through provincial municipal modernization funds. However, because we have 2 LED signs that are pending for some of our more, I don't call it remote, that's not fair to say, but we don't have a lot of signage identifying municipal programs or announcements in the Old Castle area or in the Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the second was the second sign. That wasn't at McAuliffe, was it, or was it in St. Clair Beach? I'm trying to remember. So
I think it was McAuliffe.
okay, so town purchased these 2 LED signs, similar to what we see at the fire station on Walker Road, as well as Town Hall. And so those came in a bit over budget. So the decision was made to eliminate the electric vehicle charging station, in large part because there is a grant program that we know is going to be available through the local distribution companies, and ours being Essex Power. So we hope to replicate that expenditure through a different funding program. And finally, we received our 6-month building permit report, which had a substantial increase in spending for the year, 581% growth. And it's too bad Paul Bassani isn't with us. I know he'd be really interested in this topic. $54,200,000 in spending this year, up by 46 million versus last year. So that's predominantly due to the new apartment buildings in the vicinity of Tecumseh Road and Southfield. So that's certainly a great asset infill opportunity, and just providing some more residents in a key part of the community that'll help to grow our downtown and provide walk-up traffic for those that are in our community improvement plan area. So that's pretty good. And then the other big spend was a $5.6 million industrial office building. So that's out in Old Castle. So total permits slightly down by a number of 8. So significantly higher value. I mean, eight permits on 156 total from last year, 148 this year. We'll call it flat. It's not a substantial reduction. So, you know what, despite the pandemic, building continues. And so it's good news for the municipality. It's really good news for the BIA to have a lot more residents in the within walking distance of our business district. So with that covers our 2 meetings, and I'm happy to take any questions. And seeing none, we will thank you for hearing us out.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay, committee reports, the marketing committee. That is to Paul and I. Actually Denise has been doing all of this. Eyes on Tecumseh, we continue to execute Eyes on Tecumseh Business Spotlight. Our 9th feature will be coming up within the next week or two. Tecumseh Life, the marketing committee has decided to organize a fall-winter publication. No, we haven't. Denise, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, so
We switch lanes.
yes, as of today. So just to give you guys an update, we were looking into what would be best for our members at this point this year. And we decided doing a Tecumseh Life magazine wasn't the best option. Instead, we wanted to do the guide for Tecumseh. Linda, what's that called again? That you guys
Tabloid,
yeah,
holiday.
what they call the holiday guide.
Holiday
Thank
guide.
you.
The holiday
I
guide.
know what a tabloid is. I'm not that young.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm BIA out.
Yes.
The holiday guide.
It's
The
printed on
holiday
actual
guide.
paper. It's printed on actual paper, Denise,
Yes,
just so you know.
Right.
yes.
No, can you spell that for me? So we're doing a holiday guide instead, which is better. So the Windsor Star actually offered us a better deal for this. So not only are our 16 businesses that wanted to participate in Tecumseh Life going to get a much larger spread because it's going from a smaller size to a bigger size. That's a tabloid. But they're also going to get a cheaper option as well instead of what they were originally promised. So we're working with the Windsor Star right now to coordinate that together as of today, since that plan is changing and it's actually going to save us money, about $500 to $1,000. And it's going to be a better marketing and advertising option, in my opinion, and the marketing committee's opinion. For what we're looking for this year anyway. And of course, they let us know that we can put in some of our content like we normally do each year to advertise for the Tecumseh BIA directly, which we're going to do. But obviously we wanted to see what was best for our members, and bigger ad size and smaller cost is the priority here. Because everyone needs help this year, and that would obviously be more beneficial than a smaller ad size and a larger price. So we're working with Trisha, who's our sales rep, and we confirmed that decision today. So going forward, that's what we're doing with Tecumseh Life. So that's where we are with that.
Brian had a question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda. Just a question for any associate members who wanted to participate. Is this Tecumseh Life program available to any associate members currently, and is it any different for an associate member than a regular member? No.
So anything that we have done so far this year, we've made clear to everybody in our membership, regardless if they're just a normal member or an associate member, that they're going to get the same benefits as a normal member, associate members. So it's going to be the same cost. They're going to get the same perks that normal Tecumseh BIA members would have. So they're more than open or willing to do anything with associate members, but no one has contacted us, unfortunately, of the associate membership to want to do this. It's just regular Tecumseh BIA members that want to do it. I would like for our associates to get involved in it, but again, you can't force anybody, and everyone's financial state is different. But the opportunities we have for a regular membership are the same for associate members. And that's something we try and make clear for people looking.
No, and I think that's great, because what it does is it just gives us some of that, what's the value and what's the reason, right, for an associate member to join and participate in the BIA is that, you get to participate in these kind of programs, and it's at the same cost as what it is to a regular member. So
exactly.
I think that's great.
Andrew?
Thank you, Denise. Just building on that question, just maybe this more for curiosity's sake. Is it a flat rate for an associate member, or how is our rate calculated for an associate member?
So for associate members, it depends on how many employees work for them. So we have 3 different rates based on if they've got, I believe it's 1 to 6 members and 6 to 12, I believe. And then anywhere past 12 or 15, it's a different price. So we've got 3 different rates, and it all depends on how many people work for them. So obviously, if it's a small business, it would be a smaller price because I'm sure that they would have less employees than a big box store that is looking to be an associate membership, because they probably have over, 50 employees. So our rates are based off of how many people work at that establishment. Yes, Leo?
I understand what you're getting at with that model. It's kind of similar to the CICB, or not CICB, the CFIB. But how does it work for for regular members?
So for regular members, because they're paying their taxes to the town of Tecumseh, that's what our levy's for. So a fraction of their taxes goes towards our levy, which funds us at the BIA. So they're already paying their dues by paying their taxes. Anyone outside of our boundaries is considered an associate member because they are not within our boundaries. So therefore, they're not a Tecumseh BIA member. For example, Boston Pizza across the road from our boundaries, they're not a member of that border.
Right.
But if they wanted to, they can be. But obviously, because they probably have over 10 employees, their rate would be a little bit higher as opposed to like a mom and pop shop across the street. So for the people who are within our boundaries, they're already paying to be an associate member through.
No, I understand that. I'm just trying to think of so the formula for the members currently is based on property value
Yes.
and not based on the number of employees.
No,
So
that's only
was that-
for this.
Right. So was that
Mhm.
model picked because that was the best way to measure them, or is that the fairest way to go, or because it does, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm just wondering, because we might have some regular members with 200 employees with very little property tax. Because we might have, so I'm just trying to say that if they, there's on the one side making it fair, and then the other side having some common sense. And I'm not saying it doesn't make common sense the way it's stating right now.
Brian and Jules, I think.
Jules had his hand up first. I'll let him go. And
Thanks. I just wanted to say, the associate membership program was established to give an opportunity to those close businesses to participate in our programs. If you're a business in Tecumseh, you're in the BIA, and that's fantastic. We don't have to have an associate program. We want to. And so we had to find a structure. We can't charge them a levy. we can't start changing the whole way it's all done throughout all the other members, because it is what it is. Okay. So the associate membership program was created to give an opportunity to the other businesses just outside the boundaries to be able to join the BIA and to participate in different functions, and to go to the Christmas party and to be in the directory and stuff like that. So I think it's not a matter of fairness. I mean, it's a program that we thought, that was the best way to introduce it, was to go on the amount of employees. And it's just, there's no other way to do it. I mean, we're not going to start basing it on revenue. We're not going to start basing it on the sort of service they're offering. We just figured, you know what, we'll just base it on the amount of employees. And it's not like we're asking for thousands of dollars. It's just, it's minimal. Okay. So that's probably the best way to answer that. It's just, we had to come up with a structure, and that was the easiest way to do it.
It makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't. I just was looking for some guidance on how we got there. But do they already exist in the Lakeshore BIA? Is there a BIA in Lakeshore?
Not for those places right there.
No. The Bell River on the lake, their BIA, their borders cut off right before the businesses across the street on Manning Road from our boundary. So that little sector right in the middle there, they don't have a BIA. Yes, Andrew?
Yeah, Councillor Houston may want to jump in on this, but I'm aware that the subject has come up at the intermunicipal committee that Tecumseh and Lakeshore is set up. And so just for the board's awareness, I think there is an interest on developing this on a more formal basis. So just, I guess, stay tuned, and I'll defer to Brian if he's got anything more to say on it.
It is under discussion right now, and actually Lakeshore's economic development officer, Ryan Donnelly, has been tasked with, looking at what and if any synergies and opportunities there are within the Manning Road, Amy Croft corridor for each municipality. So in how we can possibly, service that area. There was, I think, 3 or 4 different options that were kind of laid on the table, but they're looking at it right now to see what may work. And until then, if there's any members there that want to participate in our BIA, that's up. But, my hand was up before because I don't recall, and I tried to look online, Denise, what is the fee? I don't think it's very much, like $200, $300.
$250.
$250 for an annual membership, which is honestly a steal considering the amount of stuff we do here that they would normally pay for, like a graphic designer or a private freelance advertiser. We're doing all of that for $250, which is a crazy deal. So if we start advertising it, that I don't think a lot of businesses know how much the individual things we do here would normally cost. But once they do, or if they research it themselves, they would realize that this is probably in their best interest to jump on board to be an associate member, especially after seeing some costs that have come up on my screen. But yeah, so if we start marketing that way and being more transparent with people about the deal that they're getting by partnering with us as opposed to not, then I'm sure we would probably have that entire plaza at this point. But that's what we're hopefully aiming to do on the membership committee, is to start being transparent with people and showing them the benefits that they have with us, as opposed to seeking out their own individual partners to do the tasks that we do as a whole here. But yeah, that would be great if we could get the other side of Manning. But yeah.
And because it's in Lakeshore, I don't believe anywhere else in Ontario there's a BIA which spans a municipal boundary. Not to say it couldn't be done, but there are. It's in the works to find out what may work best, and I'm not sure the timing on when that will come back, but. I was also trying to find online. I do think the Bell River BIA boundary stops very, very close into Bell River, maybe even to Reno line. It certainly doesn't come out to Emeryville or Puce area, but it's quite it's quite east out there that way. So yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty small. Ours specifically is like a really unique geographical BIA compared to the other BIAs. Some BIAs are just one road. Ours is like the entire town. So yeah, it would be nice to have them under our wing. So I'm excited to hear that, because that'd be
Just amalgamate.
Yeah.
Just take over the whole town.
Next.
Invade the town. Okay, so if there's no more discussion around that, I think we can move on to Christmas and finish up with the marketing committee report. Linda, do you want to take over? You want me to do it?
I'll keep going.
Okay.
You're okay?
Yeah.
We didn't do anything about the swag, or is that?
We already touched on this swag. We were just going to give
Okay.
a swag with if we did a grand opening once our mural
Okay.
was done. We were just going to give out the swag to go along with our mural project.
Okay.
Do you want me to fly through the rest of them? I can do them if you
Yeah,
want.
go ahead. Yeah.
So Christmas, we were researching multiple opportunities to do stuff for Christmas this year, because obviously we won't be having our normal festivities. So we've come across a couple of different ideas, which I wanted to talk to you guys about and be transparent with that. This all came about today. So there's a couple opportunities that we were approached with. And the first one would be getting new flags, Christmas flags, banners to go along the streets here. We have old ones. Some of them are worn by the weather. So we're looking to get new ones printed. And then we were looking to get 4 different light and displays to put in our BIA parquet from Classic Displays. So we do have quotes on all of that stuff to show you guys. If you're interested, I can email all of that to you. But the marketing committee wants to go forward with that. There's a gingerbread man, there is a Tinkerbell wings that people can take pictures with, and there's also 2 nice light up feathers that would go nice next to our mural that hopefully will be done this to go along with, the Tecumseh feather. So we have those. Blackburn Radio approached us. They want to do radio ads again with us this year about the Tecumseh Dollar program in our holiday draw. That was, again, successful last year. They give us a great value this year for buy one, get one. So we're getting a really good value with them, and they can broadcast anything we want them to. So we get all 3 stations, Cool FM, Windsor's Country, and Mix 96.7. So we were looking to do business with them as well. Of course, we're doing the holiday guide instead of Tecumseh Life this year with the Windsor Star. And the other thing that we were approached about was Brightly Boxed. So this company is a company that takes a lot of the products in a certain area and puts them into a gift bundle, and then they sell that gift bundle. So it's not members donating something, because a lot of people can't afford to donate right now. So they're putting their product that represents their company in this box, and this company sells it for as a holiday gift bundle from Tecumseh. And then portions of that sale go back to the businesses involved, and this company only takes 15% of that sale. The BIA in downtown Windsor has partnered with them, so I can send you guys an example of what they've done. But that was a successful program for them last year, and it's probably going to be this year, since even though the borders are opening, it's $200 for a COVID test, so people are probably going to shop local again this year. So that would be a great option for people to give as a gift, and a great opportunity for our members to jump in on. So those were the 4 things we were looking to do for Christmas this year. Obviously, we can't have any events, unfortunately, or parades right now. So that's it for the marketing committee. If you guys have any questions. Beautification, again, we're still just working on the mural project. That's moving forward. We're just waiting for Halliwell and Segan Law Firm to jump on a Zoom call with us just to finalize some stuff with the mock-up. I sent out the mock-up to you guys, I believe, about a month or some ago. If you had any discrepancies with it, just let me know. I went to the Tecumseh Museum on Saturday and actually got some pictures depicting what Tecumseh looked like. So that way, when we do a picture of Tecumseh, it's historically accurate, and there's going to be no problems with that, because obviously, like Leo pointed out a couple of meetings ago, if we're going to do something representing the Native heritage, we want to do it right, especially this year. Mm-hmm. So we have those as well for our artists to use. Events committee, there's nothing to report on at this time because there's been no events. Governance committee, I believe we're still working on the MOU. I would like to get this wrapped up, so if we could do a meeting with the governance committee, myself, the executives, and hopefully Marg from the town or anyone that would like to join in from the town that's involved in this, we can all sit down together and get this wrapped up. I believe Jules is close to being done, or I'm just going to touch on it.
I just haven't been able to connect, so
Okay.
we'll just move to.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'd recommend if you want to include Andrew and I in that meeting.
Okay.
Marg won't need to be part of it just yet, but include Andrew and I, and if you want to send an invite right into our calendars, we'll be there and we can just kind of discuss this and get this one wrapped up.
Okay. I don't know if you guys are comfortable doing in-person meetings yet for the MOU, or if you want to do it via Zoom. Up to you.
I don't mind. It depends when it is.
Okay. I'll send an email after this meeting just to see when you're all available. I'm available always. So
Okay.
Work around whenever you guys are available and we can get this done and finally wrap it up and put a nice little bow on it and be done with it. So yeah, that's it for the committee reports. If anyone has any questions before we move forward. Okay. Linda, do you want to focus on the unfinished business?
Do you have any other than the mural?
Yeah. The strategic plan as well. That's something else you were supposed to be working on. And future plans to discuss as well. I just want to add in wayfinding signage, the bus shelter, which when you guys were speaking about the transportation aspect of your council report, maybe we can work together to do something with the bus stop outside to improve that as well. To go along with that. That was something I wanted to talk to you guys about too. And of course, garbage can art and bike racks. That was something else we wanted to talk about as well. But the bus shelter, I think, would go really well with your transportation aspect of your council report. Maybe we can work together on that. But we do have a substantial amount of money in our account that we need to use. Just wanted to say that as well. Because after looking at some numbers, we do need to start using some money at the BIA to purchase some stuff before get a slap on the wrist for keeping too much.
I want to go out and put yellow caution tape around that bus stop.
Yeah.
It's in pretty poor condition.
Yeah. One thing to touch too before we move on and adjourn soon. Linda had an idea of something came across my desk today. There was a couple meetings ago, we were going to pass a motion for this, but we skipped over it. Any requests that we had for Tecumseh dollars that came in, the membership committee was supposed to be responsible for approving them or denying them. But that motion never got passed because we had no quorum and then the special meeting and so on and so forth. But a Tecumseh dollar request came across my desk today for $500. And it's for a Christmas decorating contest for the town of Tecumseh that they're hosting. Parks and Rec, sorry, is hosting it.
Mhm. Katrina?
Yeah, Katrina from the town or Parks and Rec. They're putting on a house decoration contest for Christmas, and they're looking to get $500 in Tecumseh dollars. They're looking to purchase it from us. To give as prizes for the winners of this contest. So the money would be going to residents of Tecumseh, not employees or anything like that. So they're purchasing it as prizes. How do you guys feel about doing that? You would have to reserve $500 for them to buy. I know we passed a motion, we weren't going to do that, but Jules?
How much is left in our donation thing?
Left in our donations, we probably have $100 left after
really?
Put aside everything. So we've flown through the 5,000. It's come to contests we've done to keep throughout the year.
And we're already sold out. Like, where would we pull this from if we were?
Everything has been allocated. We've been talking about this. My suggestion was, and I really don't want to do it because Christmas is, I know they're going to be lined up double at the door. every month we sell 12,500. And I'm wondering if in November we do 12,250 and 12,250 in December and have the town buy that $500. It's the only way because we don't have any more. Every penny is allotted for something already. I can show you the empty drawer. There's
No, it's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I just, they are buying them.
Mhm.
They're buying them.
It's not like they're
picking up-
looking for a donation.
No,
And it is a request in advance, but I guess we don't have a policy on how we would treat those requests. And that's something that the committee should work on. And because, that's a great suggestion about limiting, by taking away 250 for the next 2 months. But those are, I mean, ask the people in line that want them, they probably would disagree.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Yes.
count. They know exactly how many
Oh,
people are
yeah.
there. $12,500.
Exactly. So,
But-
I mean,
but we have
imagine
no-
being that next person in line and then they're sold out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I agree that's a great idea, but because we don't have an actual policy on how we would treat those types of requests, that's why in the past I suggested we have as an amount set aside for corporate, like those, and amount set aside for residents, because now we wouldn't have to deal with that. But we never went through that. We didn't want to change it again. So
Well, they weren't selling as wildly as they have been in the last year and a half, the last year. I mean,
Well,
it's
I brought this
crazy.
up at the beginning of the year, so
Yeah.
So
we just
going
figured we
forward,
would go. We agreed that we would finish the year this way.
Yeah.
And then for next year to have a policy in place for those type of
Mhm.
things. So, I mean, we already once, when they asked for this, what did we end up doing? Did we end
Nothing.
up?
They asked the first time for $300 and we couldn't do it. And then the second request came in from Laura for $1,500. And Denise asked her, okay, put it in an email. Let me know what you want. And we never heard from her. So I don't know what she did. She didn't ask us again. So,
Because I
so
think,
then this just came across.
yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I'll
I don't want to
abstain
turn
from
them
this.
down, but we can't pull the money out of our hats. That's the thing. I don't know what to do.
it's a double-edged sword. The only thing is like it's something to add that we did for Christmas. That's the only thing to think about, because we could partner with the town to give away these dollars as part of because we would get the credit too for being part of this as donors to give out these Tecumseh dollars to Tecumseh residents. That's the only thing to think about. I get the other side of it, but that's one side to look at too. So it's a double-edged sword here. That's
If we have money left over in the budget, we can always approve. Somebody can make a motion to print some for corporate for corporate purchases over the holidays, if there's money left over in the budget for that. I mean, that's a suggestion.
That's something we wanted to ask you guys about. So for next year, we were looking to put some money aside for corporate purchases and make a motion to have that.
Start
Yeah.
this year. So
Yeah.
it would be, we then could already have that issue taken care of.
But
Because we don't want our
have
corporate partners to stand in line to buy them. That's too much to ask.
right.
So, like, we're not going to expect Laura to come and stand in line at 7 a.m. to make sure she gets her $500. So I think we should put a motion to do like the government and print money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys to agree or disagree, but I think I'm going to put that motion forward to have a second account for corporate purchases for the holidays that doesn't impact that. It isn't counted in that budget. for the residents, because I don't want to impact the residents.
Okay. And Andrew, did you have something to add to that?
I did. Yeah, I think, I mean, my understanding for the reason for the limit is because it's a subsidized product.
Mhm.
And so asks to buy like these, I don't believe are intended to be subsidized. So I guess I'd throw that out to the board. If people are buying them dollar for dollar, is there a need to limit? I mean, really, you have the printing cost of the actual dollar, but that's it. So, this is just an encouragement of, in this case, the municipal staff for beneficiaries to patronize the community. And, absent the subsidy, it really shouldn't affect the bottom line, at least not in a substantial way. So I guess I'd throw that out there for the board to consider, with what Jules had just mentioned. Yeah, you have a corporate account that's separate, that's non-subsidized, just a dollar for dollar straight up gift card type of a transaction. And there's no need to limit because there's no subsidy.
I was just gonna point in there too, that part of the discussion should be the definition of this corporate partner. Like who is it that would be on this list of someone that would want to buy that we're giving this privilege to? But then again, if they're paying dollar for dollar, then that list or that definition suddenly doesn't become as important. It would be, hey, I want to give away BIA dollars, I'm going to pay dollar for dollar. You don't have to subsidize me. That would be almost like a separate account that we'd say, okay, this is not part of the 12,500 a month that we're limiting because we have a liability involved. I agree with Andrew, and although there should be still some kind of definition as to who that could be, but I don't think it needs to be that strict.
Jules?
The subsidization came in, this whole Tecumseh dollars came in, what, 3 years ago, or something like that, where when somebody asked about why don't we sell these Tecumseh dollars at 80%, and that's where it kind of started gaining momentum, and then somebody ran with it and said, hey, this is ridiculous, let's sell these, and this could be really good. So I don't think we should do it dollar for dollar. I think we should keep the subsidization because, or I don't know, the motion is there just to have a separate corporate account to be able to print these. I mean, I guess there would be the decision of the committee after that, or the discussion would be after, to even have a separate corporate account. Right now we don't have one. So really how we're going to structure it doesn't really matter because we don't have one.
Well, I'd like Paul to sit in on this, and that would be fine. I mean, we could always talk about it after the first of the year, but my concern is, what do we do for the town today for this $500? That's what I don't know what to do with, unless I don't know. Do we take 250 from the 2 remaining months and call it a day and that's it?
I think we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot politically, because like you say, people are going to be counting in line and they're going to wonder why there's a shortage, and we're going to say, well, we made preferential treatment, and they won't care who it's for. So
I see your point. I see your point. The other side of that coin, though, like Denise said, is that $500 is Tecumseh dollars, and it's going to come back into the businesses here in Tecumseh. So, it's 6 to 1, half dozen of the other. I don't know. Brian, do you have an idea?
A question. When were we going to print more dollars for next year? Do we have those on hand?
We put those requests in around the mid-November, just so that way we can get the look of the dollar right, how much we want, So that hasn't been put in yet. That's on like our November list of things to do. But we do have the dollars allocated for the rest of the year. So we have the 1250 set aside for, 12.5 set aside for November, 12.5 set aside for December. They're all different denominations because that just turned out, but
there's no more, is there any more dollars other than the 25,000, right? Like
No.
there's none, right? So
No.
the only hurdle would be calling the printer and say, I need $500.
Mhm.
Can you print those for me? And if the town's going to buy them, the cost to the BIA is
zero.
whatever it is to print it.
Yeah.
So
So can we do that before the December buyout? Could we get that? So can we leave November at 12.5 and then print and then be able to add the 500 to the 12 in December? Like borrow from December to pay for what they want now, and then just add
replace
to
them.
it and replace them with the new buy.
you could do that, or you could just print those new ones and hand those new ones over, right? And it could be, to Jules's point, maybe you go and ask for 5,000 pink dollars, whatever, right? Just a different color. And if the board wants to go with that corporate program, you've printed these unique different color dollars,
Or just have corporate printed on a corner or something.
or something a little different, right? They're just a different color, but it won't cost the board anything other than
Printing.
the printing dollar. And
Because it would be terrible to turn them down. Well, not turn them down,
I
but
know,
it would be terrible.
yeah.
Be terrible not
If we
coming
can't
through
do
for
it.
them on a third time.
Mhm.
And that's why I think we should really have this discussion and put it on the meeting schedule for next month, so that we have a corporate, because now businesses might say, well, I want to have a Christmas promo last minute, or they want to buy some for their employees. Who knows? But I don't know why, we also have to figure out if we're going to subsidize them or not. Like if, because if a business owner, if a BIA member buys them, they should be subsidized. I really think they should be, because why would they even buy them for their employees if they're not subsidized?
We
I would
can't
come
have
in as a
we can't
client.
have two separate rules.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
So
it's easier to
But
subsidize it. And
we're asking for two separate rules, because then if a BIA member wants to walk up and buy some BIA dollars and they're just not available because they don't get in line on a Monday morning at the beginning of the month, because some people have figured out that this is a pretty good deal in a way, and figure out how to buy their groceries for a little bit cheaper. So we need to figure out, how do we allow our members, who should be privileged because they're members, to
Yes.
be able to access this nice way of promoting their business, as opposed to people who have figured out a loophole in ways of subsidizing their grocery bill. And I got nothing against people doing that. That's not the point. The point is, they're not in the spirit of what this promotion is meant to be, which is for the membership. Even though they're spending their dollars with the membership, I think it's proven that the majority of those dollars are spent with just a few members. And so again, the spirit of this promotion is not quite there. So if you want to be able to provide members with the ability to buy them, then they should be able to say, hey, I want to buy $500 because of my Christmas party, I want to give away these BIA dollars as gifts to my employees. Well, get in line, Mr. DeMars, and see what your luck is. I don't think that's what we want to do with our members.
agreed.
The only thing to think about, guys, is our next meeting is going to be November 17th. And some of these people are having their Christmas parties before that, or they're launching their advertisements for, things that they're doing like this, for example, before that. So we need to make a decision before next meeting, just because I'm sure Katerina's looking for an answer ASAP if she's going to include our logo as a donor or, whatnot. So,
Well, we're not a donor, they're buying them, so.
or yeah, as like a participant. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, we can always talk about it at a different time or through email. I don't know, but
I think we need to take care of it tonight,
yeah.
because if we have to order more through the printer, that's going to take some time. So we have to figure out what we're going to do. If we order $1,000 and the town wants to buy 500, then we've got 500 in a little stash somewhere, just in case. If not, then we'll just add it to next year's.
Hey,
Just leave
but
it.
the
And
solution's already there. I made the motion to create a corporate separate account. We move money from somewhere into that account, but it's not seconded and we're just discussing. So I don't know.
I'll second it.
There
Well,
we go.
in all fairness, I think Paul should be here for this
Yep.
discussion as the treasurer. No?
Well, we have
about it.
to discuss it tonight, you said, so
Yeah, well,
we
No
can't.
quorum, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm sure there are maybe tweaks and so on that we can do, but
Let's just say
I don't
I'm
know,
sorry.
if I may, I don't know if you need to put in place what that corporate program is right now, pull money from somewhere. Right? It's just, this is just a transaction at this point, because the dollars, 500 is going to come in and 500 is going to go out. So the impact to the budget is zero, other than, Mr. Printer, can you give me $1,000? Right?
Mhm.
So, I
although
think
that's not what Jules had proposed, and but I'm not disagreeing with you, Brian, at all. I think it's almost like we're talking about almost three programs. So the program Jules is talking about is having like a membership account to say, and I'm not trying to correct you, Jules, but to maybe add some meat to it, that it's a membership account that there's certain people that would have access to be able to buy those BIA dollars without having to wait in line. And if they get chewed up, it is what it is.
It'd be
And
a
then the
corporate
third,
account. That's all.
right, but the third
There's-
would be where there's unsubsidized dollars, where the town can just say, I want $1,000 in BIA dollars and I'm giving you 1,000, and there's no budgetary issue on our hand. We're handing out 1,000, getting 1,000 back.
It was already an accounting headache to figure out how to show the donated dollars that are 100% loss, right? Or 100% cost, okay? And then the subsidized dollars, and now we're going to have a non-subsidized, no cost dollar. It's just going to be the print fee. So now we would have three, but I think we just stick to the two, the ones that we eat 100% and the one that we eat only 20%. Why would we charge the town 100%? I don't know, because they would be the only ones that we would sell it to them at 100%, unless they're why would a non-BIA corporate entity come to Tecumseh and say, I want to spend dollar for dollar on Tecumseh dollars because I want to give them to my employees
How many times has there been requests for BIA dollars that were outside of the shopping on the Monday morning of first of the month that were not from the town in the last year?
Zero.
Were they all? Well, no, there's been a couple requests, right?
no, this is the third request from the town.
Yeah,
It's the town that's been making requests.
Yes.
So I guess that's where I'm coming from, is that if the town wants to have a way to support the BIA by saying, we're going to buy some dollars and give them out and so on, and it's a printing cost, and I think that should be an irrelevant. It's just, we go out and we print a bunch, and if the town says, I want some BIA dollars, we're giving some BIA dollars, and they're giving us the money, and and then eventually we're reimbursing them. And I don't even know that it has to be a different look, but because it's just a request, and we say, okay, well, we're going to have a X number of, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think.
Why don't we get $500 printed just for this request that have Christmas trees on them, because it's a Christmas decoration thing for the purpose, and we sell them the $500 with that special print for Christmas and be done with it.
Yeah. With the discount, right? With the discount? The 20%?
Why not? Why not?
Yeah. And then, but we would need a whole parameter of rules. If we're gonna make a separate corporate part on that, we're gonna need rules.
Well, then we
Parameters.
defer
So what
this
we
when Paul's here then.
did- Yeah,
Okay, we'll just defer it. Right now, we need to decide on that. We'll defer my motion till next time.
okay.
And we just need to deal with this. We got a special prints done for this with little Christmas trees on it for the town for their Christmas decoration project. We sell it to them at a discounted price of 80%. And because I wouldn't want it to be a third time.
No,
Okay, so let's just agree to agree.
Jules,
Right.
if I understand you, then if the town wants 500, they'll give 400. We're going to
Okay.
give them 500.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And then if
Yeah.
there's any shortfall in the budget, then I would recommend transferring that from like beautification or events just to cover it.
Or from reserve. We have all that money in reserve.
Well, we've got a lot in beautification and
Yeah,
events.
there we go.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we've got money there, we can move it. Yeah,
Between, I did the math today just to update you guys, between all the things we're not doing because of events and beautification, we've got $24,000 to work with.
Okay, so let's just,
so
do
your
we all
motion,
agree?
Jules, is to purchase $500 with fancy little Christmas trees on it and sell that to the town at the 20% discount.
Fancy or not, yes.
And end of story. And then in the new year, we're gonna have to talk about this or November, whatever.
In November, we need to start a
We
discussion
need-
on this.
We need to
because-
just start discussing this, so.
Yeah.
All in
Should
favor?
we,
Oh, go ahead, Leo.
sorry, just, should we, because December, there might be more requests, should we make that $2,000 instead of just $500? And if we never sell them, we never sell them. Just
Well,
a print, it's just a print $2,000 worth in case there's another request for something. We don't have to go, oh, we don't have anything to provide them with. And then if we have to just shred them or whatever, I mean, it's the cost between $500 and $2,000 worth of printed material is gonna not be much. Just in case we come up with,
yeah, a couple bucks.
yeah. Is that,
Sure,
okay?
Makes
it's reasonable.
sense.
Because we might be 3 weeks from now going, oh, darn.
Mhm.
And what I will do is I will connect with the clerk's office and Parks and Rec, just in case there's any other potential requests like this come in. And if there are, and if they're willing to pay 500 for 500, they're there and available. And
Well, no, that's 80%. That's the
Yeah,
spirit
no,
of the
we-
Tecumseh dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't do dollar for dollar.
Mhm.
But hopefully this is a one-shot deal with one purchaser.
Well,
Like
the
I-
town
yeah.
usually purchases them for their staff for Christmas too. So we need to have them ready,
Mhm.
because
Okay,
we can't say no, stand in line.
I don't know.
Well,
Okay, so your motion is to buy how much more then? You're gonna amend your motion from 500 to 2,000?
2,500.
Okay,
And then,
going once.
then we'll see. Going once, going twice, and any higher, let's go to 35.
okay. Do you have a seconder for Joel's motion to purchase $2,500 in Tecumseh dollars for the purpose of corporate
Leo
Christmas?
second.
Leo second? Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Phew. Okay.
Okay, it's 8:30.
Yeah.
And if I may, just on that, I will connect with the clerk's office and Parks and Rec just for next year. So that we
Make a
can be a
list.
little more prepared, right? And then we can figure out when we are gonna have this discussion down the road, if it is dollar for dollar, or if it is the 20%, however it is. Because it would be no different than like a Devonshire Mall gift card,
Mhm.
right? I mean, the cost for the BIA to provide, and, if there's a business owner that says, hey, I really want to, give something to my employees, and rather than saying, thank you, here's a Devonshire gift card, they can come to the BIA and they can get BIA dollars. And then those are, dollar for dollar, just like the Devonshire Mall dollars. They can be spent anywhere in town. So it's no different than, here's a Visa of $100, or, so it's just a little bit different avenue than discounting them or subsidizing these dollars. If people want to buy them and give them away, because that's how the program ran for years.
Mhm.
I think it's something for the board to consider.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. We've got that motion, $2,500. Okay, what's next?
New business. I think
Business.
talk about new business.
I think we've done all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next general meeting is, was there anything else anybody wanted to bring up? Anything we might have missed? Pardon me for this, but I've been busy here with Miss Denise for the last couple of days. Okay, if there's nothing more that anybody wants to talk about, the next meeting will be Wednesday, November 17th at 6:00, probably Zoom. It's currently scheduled to do Zoom. So. Okay, motion for adjournment,
Perfect.
all in favor? Good night. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thanks, guys.